So I'm happy that I am making progress. I just have to format it properly, of course. As I stated earlier, I'm working on writing some stories, scripts on a topic called Lazy Universe. Short stories about people who are lazy and how they're in different life situations. And it's a great topic for me because there are a lot of lazy people out there that are just functioning, and they could, of course, be doing more, but they are on a level, and this makes you question about your own yourself. How lazy am I? It's just such an interesting topic for me. So I just finished writing a story about a lazy guy in a relationship, and they're total opposites. He seems functional, but he's not much of a go-getter for her because he's lazy, but she's attracted to him. And there's many people in relationships like that, and someone caves in. Either that person becomes more outgoing, or the person just sits right under them and becomes like them. But this story has it changes at the end, and the question is, I just want to leave it open that whether what's happening at the end of the story is real or imagined, because the girlfriend is thinking of doing this or thinking of doing something, but I want it to seem as if I get to film it, I want it to seem as if it makes you question whether it's really happening or not. And I love stories like that that are not actual. It leaves you to wonder, is this really happening or is this what the character is imagining? And how to do that on film, to leave that question as to whether it's actual or imagined, is a great um, cinematography, great illusion that you have to portray on in film, and it takes specific skills. And that's an interesting topic for cinematographers. How do you leave that question in the air in your films? If you want to create a film with a bit of a suspense or something you want to make open to interpretation, how do you portray that in film? How do you show, is this real or is it Memorex question? Oh, sorry, I'm telling my age. But how do you portray that questionable? How do you create that questionable atmosphere in your film to leave your viewers guessing? So I hope to keep creating stories for um, the lazy universe concept that I have. Just different stories of people who are lazy and functioning. Some I haven't got to one who's not functioning. I guess I need a little bit more inspiration, or rather, someone, I need some more information about it. Because there are some people lazy. The question is, raises the question: what does it mean to be lazy? But some people actually say, as I said earlier, say they're lazy when they're not lazy. They just push themselves too hard. And then there's some people who are functional yet lazy, and they're so functional, but everyone's like they're barely functional. And then there's people. So the question is lazy versus just not having enough opportunity. How do you distinguish between the two? And I just feel that we live in a world where there's many people who are not so much lazy, they're just uninspired, and that zaps your strength. And maybe that is probably the concept of another story I should start writing, since I just realized that what you call lazy could also be someone who's uninspired. So I should work on another short story for that. So I just want to create something called Lazy Universe, and different stories to actually get it filmed and actors and all that. The production, that's a whole nother animal. But maybe what I'll do, since I have access to some resources, is do it on a minimum, short, small scale, um, create a trailer for it or something like that before it actually picks up, and just find some actors who may be interested in the idea, and that could help me pull this off. I'm in New York, in Brooklyn in particular, and I'm interested in anyone who writes, who films, the cinematographers, actors to help me with the Lazy Universe. And like I said, this will be a low budget project. Low budget. So I'm all hands on deck kind of type of situation. And I'm interested in people who are creative types. Of course, this will have to be a project that's suitable for all age groups. But it's more of a conceptual piece where it's actually making you question, when you call people lazy, are they lazy? And then what are the complications of being a lazy person? Like I said, is it someone that's uninspired, or is it just someone who just doesn't know? They just never been taught, or there's a lot of factors that can make someone label someone lazy. Thank you for your attention, and I hope the idea is catching on to you. Have a great day.